Welcome back, trainers. We have another exciting week in Pokemon Go. I'm going to try to go through as much as I possibly can. There's a lot to cover, and I'll try not to bore you. We're going to cover event details, raid bosses, what to miss, and what to catch. Let's jump into it. We're talking about the week of June 2nd to the 8th. So on Monday the 2nd, we will be carrying over the Serene Retreat event until Tuesday the 3rd at 8 p.m. local time. I covered this in last week's video, so if you want the full details on that, make sure you check that out. Hopefully you got Gigantamax Rillaboom over the weekend. And then the biggest thing to capitalize from this event is the half hatch distance for eggs to clear out your stash before Go Fest is coming, especially of those longer distance eggs. Now, as far as raids go on Monday, we will be carrying over the raid bosses from last week of Mega Altaria and Tapu Bulu, and those will last us through the rest of the week. Again, I covered these 2 weeks ago because they've been in rotation for a while, but the quick of it is get Mega Altaria for the Dex entry, and definitely try to get a good Tapu Bulu since it's ranked number 16 in Grass-type raid attackers and number 7 in Fairy-type raid. It's also ranked 16th in the Master League as well, so again, definitely worth trying to get a good IV of that Tapu Bulu. Now for the new content. So Monday at 6 a.m., the max battle rotation normally changes. However, nothing's been made public yet that I've seen. So I'm not sure what the rotation is going to be. However, what we do know is that Chansey will take the max Monday slot from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. And during this time, all power spots will feature Dynamax Chansey. I highly recommend going after Dynamax Chansey to get the best one you can, especially a preference on that 15 HP stat. And even if you have a good one, go after it for the candy and XL candy because its evolved form Blissey will remain a top tank in the game for the foreseeable future, so it's definitely worth your time. Now, Tuesday the 3rd from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we'll have the weekly Spotlight Hour, where every Pokemon in the immediate area will be Spritzee. We'll also get a 2x Catch XP bonus as well, so it's pretty much a skippable Spotlight Hour. Spritzee's not the best Pokemon, but if you are looking at getting extra Spritzee candy, make sure you Mega Evolve a Fairy-type Pokemon before catching it. Pokestop showcases should be ending at 8 p.m. local time this day as well, so make sure you set an alarm and check your standings so you can work towards that showcase medal. Now, Wednesday, June 4th at 10 a.m. local time, we will see the close of the Might and Mastery season and see the debut of the Delightful Days season, which is going to last us until September. We will have some new Pokemon introduced this season, along with some new Max Pokemon. But more importantly, we will now see the Go Pass debut globally for all trainers, which is pretty exciting. And we will get one additional special trade per day, increased XP for the first catch of the day, and double daily adventure incense duration. So this means for the next 3 months, we will get a 30-minute daily adventure incense as opposed to 15. So take advantage of that to catch those Galarian birds. Now, Wednesday the 4th from 6 to 7 p.m. local time, we will have Tapu Bulu taking the raid hour slot again, which is once again, worth going after. Definitely worth a daily raid pass or two if possible. It is a very valuable Pokemon, and hopefully this is the last time it's in a raid hour. If you do get to a community ambassador hosted meetup, make sure you check into the meetup a little early and collect the timed research, which will give you a premium raid pass after completing 2 raids and a couple other tasks. Then on Thursday at 10 a.m. local time, the raid rotation will change to feature Mega Abomasnow in 4-star Mega raids and Groudon in 5-star raids. Mega Abomasnow is the better of the 2 Ice-type Megas, plus it has a dual typing with Grass as well. It is ranked 37 for Grass-type raid attackers and number 7 for Ice-type. So its regular form is ranked 139 in the Great League, while its shadow form is 107. But this will definitely be worth going after if you can, especially with those daily raid passes, get your Mega Abomasnow. Groudon will be out as well, but please note that this will not receive its Primal Energy form during this time. Sorry. What I mean to say there is you will not receive Primal Energy from these raids when you're doing it. It is just base form Groudon. However, getting a good Groudon or even grinding for the candy is always worth your time. Plus, you can get a shiny as well. Groudon in his base form is the number 7 ground type attacker, with its shadow form being number 3. And its Primal taking the number 1 slot. So definitely worth taking advantage of this. And as far as the Go Battle League, the base form takes the 25th slot in the Master League. So please spend your daily raid passes on either of these two and make sure you're getting a good IV of both or shiny of both or whatever you're looking for there. Another in-person Go Fest hits, and the most important one because I will be there. That's why. So starting on Friday and running through Sunday, we will see the in-person Go Fest in Jersey City. My PokeFam is super stoked about this event, and I will try to bring the content to you guys as quickly as I can. If you want to battle with the PokeFam while we're there, consider becoming a member of the channel to get on my in-game friends list and for some remote invites to. We should be doing Gigantamax Cinderace as well as obviously Zacian and Zamazenta. And then I'm going to go ahead and go through the New Jersey Go Fest details for the in-person event. If you're not interested because you're not going in person, you can go ahead and skip to that. I'll put the time frame up on the screen. All right, so for the in-person New Jersey details, in Jersey City, that's starting on Friday and will last through Sunday. We're going to have, if you did not go to Osaka, you will have that Volcanion special research being debuted for the mythical Pokemon this year. Shiny debuts of Carbink and Frigibax, which is fantastic. Again, I can stop hatching so many stinking Carbinks and them not be shiny and not have a chance to be. 5-star raids are going to feature Zacian and Zamazenta in their Hero of Many Battles forms. Please note, these are not their crown forms. You will not battle their crown forms until Global Go Fest, and you will not receive that crowned energy, which is a major bummer. I'm not super thrilled about that, as you can probably tell. However, you will get a branching research that will give you 1,000 energy for one of these that you pick, so you will be able to get one into a crown form. But just please note that, especially if you purchase like the Raid Lover add-on and things of that nature. However, these also can be, you can get them shiny, you can get a hundo, you can get them with in-person backgrounds. So there is still a huge reason to raid. I just want to be very clear about the energy. All right, and then, again, we get the early access to the Crowd and Shield forms through that branching research, so you're going to want to pick either the Zacian or Zamazenta. When these do release globally, you will be able to raid for that energy. Now, I'm going to get into the wild spawns, and I'm going to go through them really quickly here. So if I trip up on any of the names, please make sure you laugh at me as much as you can, but understand I really want to save some time. So the Mechanical Marvels habitat, we have Meowth, Hoppip, Chimecho, Beldum, Ferroseed, Clink, Galarian Stunfisk, Golett, Heatmore, Durant, Jangmo-O, Costume Phalanx, the little choo-choo guy, love him, Tadbulb, and a rare chance of Bombardier, which is fantastic. I think Bombardier has not been in anything other than 3-star raids, so it's cool to see that in the wild. It's been in field researches for sure, but not in the wild. Please note, Tadbulb cannot be shiny. It's the only one out of those. The Carnival Grounds habitat features Heracross, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Solosis, Vanillite, male and female Frillish, Elgium, Dewpider, Togedemaru, Citadel, Frigibax, both of those fantastic shinies. Get after those. Slugma, rare spawns of Turtonator, and formal Pikachu with a yellow hat and monocle. Very Mr. Monopoly. Now, for the Noble Fields habitat, we have Galarian Farfetch'd, which is great because I think he's only been in eggs, never really been in the wild, so that's cool to see. Dunsparce, Timber, Carablast, Shelmet, Pawniard, White Flower, Flabebe, Skiddo, which has only been in Go Safari events, I believe, so that's cool to see that out in the wild as well. Fomantis, Squavit, Wooloo, Phalanx, and Training. Oh, I love that. I didn't even notice that before. Smoliv, Druddigon, Pikachu with red accents for this habitat. And then the Sunken Treasure habitat, Totodile, Corphish, Finneon, blue and red striped Basculin. Note that that is not the white stripe form, and only the white stripe form can evolve later on, so just keep that in mind. However, they are region locked, so it is cool to get the region, which typically here in the US, we get the blue stripe, so you can get the red stripe. Inkay, Binacle, Skrelp, Clauncher, Carbink, Wimpod, Sandygast, and Wiglet. Please note, Wiglet cannot be shiny, however, it is a rare spawn, and Carbink can now be shiny, so if you want to catch that, you can, but I think we're all sick and tired of seeing it lately. You can catch the Dusk form Rockruff, which can also be shiny, but you get a rare chance, but that's still super cool to see. And then Pikachu with blue accents on his hat, wearing his little monocle. Keep in mind, the one thing they did release to us recently was that these Pikachus are not the same Pikachus they're releasing in 1-star raids for the Global Go Fest. They look almost identical, but they are not the same. So if you do catch those, keep on, hold a few to trade with your friends once you get back home. Now, at the top of every hour in person, for the first 2 minutes, you get an unknown outburst. So we have spelling out sword and shield with question mark and exclamation point unknown, which is fantastic to see. Those are really rare shinies. Keep in mind, though, the W form cannot be shiny. Why, you ask? It's a great question. Keep asking that. We've all been asking that. Why in the world did they make everything else shiny but not that one? I am not sure. So catch one or a couple, whatever, and then stop tapping on them after that. It's a waste of your time. Spindas. They're going to have cool different patterns of Spindas in the different habitats. So Carnival Grounds, Sunken Treasure, and Noble Fields will all feature different patterns. And then the cool thing that they have at each of the in-person events is a special pattern for the Mechanical Marvels habitat, where you can only get that one in person at Jersey. Osaka and Paris have a similar thing with the pattern form of Spinda. Hawlucha, which is typically a regional Pokemon locked to Mexico, is now being able to be caught in the wild, which is fantastic. I don't believe it can be shiny, but at least you can catch it and get in the Pokédex, which is cool. And then we will have snapshot encounters that you can do 3 a day to get Fan Rotom, which is also awesome. Collection challenges, field research tasks, obviously, that type of stuff. So what are your ticket bonuses going to be for ticket holders? Increased chance of shiny Pokemon, half hatch distance for eggs, special research leading to Volcanion, event-themed stickers, because everybody needs those, 2-hour lure module duration, habitat-themed collection challenges, 3 surprise snapshot encounters, and 2 times catch candy. And then, of course, there's a ton of add-ons that you can add as well. But if you do not have any add-ons, you do get 9 free raid passes a day, which is awesome, up to 6 special trades per day, decreased Stardust costs for special trades, 40 gifts per day, and featured techs become available. And what I think they mean there is that there are some Pokemon you'll be able to evolve with legacy moves. However, they do not say anything at all about those, which is a little odd, but my guess would be some legacy moves on some of those Pokemon that you're catching in the wild. But anyway, get your merchandise, all that good stuff. That's what they have. That's what's out there. If you're going to be there, let me know. Comment down below what day you're going to be there. We have the Sunday morning ticket, so I hope to catch you there. And enjoy it as much as you possibly can. So that's the exciting in-person stuff, but let's go over what worldwide the other thing Niantic or Scopely is doing for everybody else. Is we're getting a small piece of that with the Instrumental Wonders event starting Saturday the 7th at 10 a.m. local time and running through Wednesday, June 11th at 8 p.m. So during this event, we will have wild encounters of Meowth, Hoppip, Ferroseed, Galarian Stunfisk, Golett, Tadbulb, and a rare chance of Chimecho, Beldum, and Phalanx. All these can be shiny except for Tadbulb. 1-star raids will feature Meowth, Beldum, and Ferroseed, and 3-star raids will feature Galarian Stunfisk and Phalanx. There will be an event-themed collection challenge and event field research tasks awarding Meowth, Chimecho, Ferroseed, and Phalanx. Event bonuses are going to include an additional 5,000 XP from raids, max particle collection limit increased to 1,600, 8 times max particles from power spots, increased chance to encounter shiny Ferroseed and shiny Phalanx, and for those who buy the ticket, there will be a 2 times raid Stardust bonus as well. So with that said, there is a $2 paid ticket that gives you encounters with Ferroseed, Phalanx, and 5 premium battle passes. So for the price, if you raid and plan on raiding, which you should, this is worth it. So it is a very raid-focused event during this time, but we will also see the debut of Gigantamax Cinderace in Pokemon GO on the weekend. It will be available on Saturday and Sunday in 6-star max battles. So luckily, they're giving us some max particle increase. However, do make a note that the last week's event, it started on Friday. You're losing out on that. The event does not start until Saturday. So make sure you check your campfire for local meetups as well, because Cinderace will be in rotation all day on both days. So your normal raiding time or battling time may change. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to make a separate video for top counters on Gigantamax Cinderace, so make sure you subscribe and enable notifications for that. And I'll try to bring you the best way to maximize your particles for that weekend as well. And the last thing to note for this week is that on Saturday and Sunday, Shadow Regice will now be taking the 5-star Shadow Raid slot for the month on the weekends. He is number 23 for Ice-type raid attackers and does beat out his non-Shadow form. But as far as PvP, the highest he ranks is in the Ultra League at 198, and his non-Shadow form comes in at 125th. So go ahead and get one for the month, or grind for the candy if you need to. But honestly, there's so many other raid options. I would focus on that. I would get one for your decks and kind of move on and get into some of these better raid options. So there's a lot more content coming up in the next month with another in-person Go Fest before the Global Go Fest and another Gigantamax Galar starter coming as well. So stay tuned. But for now, get out there and enjoy the game by yourself with your PokeFam and friends. I'll catch you next time.